Module 4 Wave Optics, and this is lecture 1. In wave optics we will discuss about interference and diffraction. In interference it takes about 5 hours, 5 lectures, and diffraction we will also take about 5 lectures. In interference we discuss about coherent sources, interference in thin film, Newton's ring and its applications. So today's lecture is on coherent sources, constructive interference, destructive interference, intensity of resultant wave, interference of light. When two light waves of same frequency and constant phase difference travel in the same region of the medium and superimpose with each other, and at some point in the medium the resultant intensity is maximum, while at some points the resultant intensity is minimum. This phenomena of light wave is called interference of light. The phenomena of redistribution. Another definition is the phenomena of redistribution of light energy in medium on the account of superposition of light waves from two coherent sources is called interference of light. At point where wave reach in same phase, the resultant intensity is maximum. This is called constructive interference. On the other hand, at point where wave reach in opposite phase, the resultant intensity is minimum. This is called destructive interference. Theory of interference. Let us consider two waves of same frequency but have different phase. Let displacement waves are y1 equal to a1 sine omega t, y2 equal to a2 sine omega t plus phi, where a1 and a2 are amplitudes of the two waves and phi is the phase difference between these two phases. So now according to superimposition principle, y equal to y1 plus y2. Put the value of y1 and y2 from equation 1 and 2. Y equal to a1 sine omega t plus a2 sine omega t plus phi. We open this sine omega t plus cos phi as sine omega t cos phi plus cos omega t sine phi. Now take omega t common in these two terms. So sine omega t a1 plus a2 cos phi, a2 multiply a2 in inside the bracket, a2 sine phi cos omega t. Let a1 and a2 cos phi consider as a cos theta and a2 sine phi equal to a sine theta. So sine term considered as sine, cos term is considered as cos, where a and theta are constant, new constants. So equation 3 become as y equal to a sine omega t cos theta plus a cos omega t sine theta. This equation become as y equal to a sine omega t plus theta. So this is resultant wave equation, and resultant wave equation amplitude is a and phase is omega t plus theta. So a is depend on these two terms and can be calculated from equation 4 and 5, resultant amplitude. So resultant amplitude, how we calculate? Squaring equation 4 and squaring equation 5 and add them. So square a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta equal to square a plus a1 plus a2 square cos phi square plus a2 sin phi square. So open this a plus b whole square term. So a1 square, a2 square cos square phi plus 2a1 a2 cos phi, and sin square theta plus cos square theta terms give value 1 plus a2 square sin square phi, or these two terms also gives the value 1 equal to 1. A2 is common in these two terms, and inside the bracket sin square phi plus cos square phi, which also gives the value of 1, like this. So a square equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. So resultant amplitude of these two equations depend on phi. A1 is the amplitude of first wave, A2 is the amplitude of second wave, and phi is the phase difference between them. So resultant amplitudes depend on angle phi, phase difference. Intensity is proportional to amplitude square. So intensity is A square, or we can say I equal to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi, equation 7. And resultant amplitude is also depend on phi. This term gives the value of intensity I1, this is I2, and this is under root I1, I2. So condition for minimum intensity, the minimum intensities or constructive interference obtained when cos phi equal to plus 1 or phi equal to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, or we can say even multiple of pi. Cos equation 7 become as I equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2, or I equal to a1 plus a2 to whole square. This is I maximum, and I maximum is obtained when phi is the even multiple of pi. Condition for minimum intensity. Minimum intensity or destructive interference is obtained when phase difference is cos phi equal to minus 1, or we can say phi equal to pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, or we can say phi is the odd multiple of pi, where I am equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Equation 7 becomes I equal to I a1 square plus a2 square minus 2 a1 a2, or we can say I minimum equal to I1 minus I2 to whole square. Coherent sources. What are coherent sources? Two sources of light are said to be coherent if they emit wave of same frequency, nearly the same amplitude, maintain a constant phase difference between them. Laser is a good example of coherent sources. For coherent sources, we make coherent sources by same source, like double slit experiment, Lloyd mirror method. We obtain two waves or two lights from same source. Interference of light, principle of superposition, this expression we calculate in last slides, where I1 is intensity of first wave and I2 is intensity of second wave. Phi is the phase difference between them. When waves are in same phase or having large amplitudes, constructive interference. When they are out of phase, like 0, like pi, 3 pi, not 0, pi, 3 pi, odd multiple, then we have destructive interference, minimum intensity, like this. This is a little demonstration of constructive and destructive interference. When these waves are in same phase, then maximum intensity. When these are in opposite phase, then minimum intensity is obtained. So this slides you can see how constructive and destructive interference is obtained. Condition for maximum intensity, as we already discussed in previous slides, in terms of phase difference, pi is equal to 2 pi by 2 even multiple of pi, where n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So in terms of path difference, as we all know, path difference is equal to lambda upon 2 pi into phase difference. Or we can say phase difference equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference. So we have to calculate path difference. So path difference equal to lambda upon 2 pi phase difference. So if we put the value of phase difference, lambda upon 2 pi The condition of phase difference is 2 pi by 2n pi. So pi to pi cancel. So it becomes even multiple of lambda by 2, or we can say L lambda. So maximum intensity is obtained when part difference is even multiple of lambda by 2 or n lambda. Similarly, condition for minimum intensity, part difference should be odd multiple of lambda by 2. And this is also a condition for sustained interference. For sustained interference, part difference between both rays is constant and amplitude of both rays are almost same. Frequency of both rays are same. Then we get sustained interference. Coherent sources, two sources are coherent if the waves they emit maintain constant phase difference, and for constant phase difference we make coherent sources by one source. How? We take two slits S1 and S2, then light emit from slit 1 and S2 are coherent. This is the double slit experiment. Similarly, coherent source light beam splitter or mirror we use. Light is divided into two parts. This also behave like a coherent source. These two rays, one this and one this. These two sources because are from one source, so these also are coherent sources. These two rays are coherent rays. Effectively, this means that the waves do not shift relatively one another as time passes, and lasers are coherent sources of light, while bulbs, fluorescent lamps are incoherent light. So, example of coherent source are laser, and incoherent source mercury lamp, fluorescent lamp. Any bulb which we use in daily life is maximum time of incoherent. So this lecture ends here. In next lecture, we will discuss about type of interference and interference in thin film. Interference in thin film of uniform thickness. Thank you.